Sean Combs' former assistant is on the stand for a second day of testimony. She's testifying under the pseudonym Mia. She told jurors about the alleged abuse and violence that she experienced while she worked for the rap mogul.
Now, the defense is trying to undermine the witness's damaging testimony, emphasizing that she might have benefited from her job. They pointed out social media posts and pictures showing what they believe were some good times during the years that Mia worked for Combs. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Melas joins us now with the latest. Chloe, the defense is really trying to call out essentially what it sees as contradictions in Mia's testimony by showing jurors her social media post, her past communication with Combs. But how did that sort of play out in court?
So I want to talk to you about one in particular, and as you see, I have this big notebook, and I'm taking notes because they don't allow phones in the courtroom or computers. And there's one in particular from November 4th, 2009. That is the day that Mia said that she was first sexually assaulted by Combs. And in this social media post, she writes to him how much she appreciates him and calls him a mentor. And you had Brian Steele, who's one of Sean Diddy Combs' criminal defense attorneys, get up there and say, you're calling the person who assaulted you your mentor. And so what she had to say is that what she was posting on social media, it wasn't a real reflection of the trauma and the things that were going on behind the scenes. On social media, you cherry pick the best moments. And like we heard her say yesterday and again today, the highs were high and the lows were low. But they are going through a ton of her social media posts and trying to poke holes in her testimony earlier today and yesterday. But she's staying strong. Yesterday, she was really emotional and crying while recounting these alleged incidents. And today, she's really holding her own up there on the stand.
Chloe, what do we know about what comes next in this trial? Do we have more blockbuster witnesses, and how many more weeks of testimony are planned?
So we're expecting to hear from another key witness for the government. This is an individual that might also be going by a pseudonym, which means a fake name, not her real name, in order to protect her anonymity. She's somebody who dated Combs and allegedly was forced into sex trafficking and these drug-fueled parties known as freak-offs. And so we're expecting several more witnesses over the next 2 weeks. And then the prosecution will likely then turn things over to Combs' defense team, where they're going to have about a week. But they just said the other day to the judge that they actually might need a little bit longer than a week. And the judge said, look, I'm not going to tell the jurors just yet that this might go past July 4th, because it sounds like things are going to wrap up around that time. But you never know. We might have 4 weeks left. We could have 6 weeks left. You also never know how long the jury is going to be deliberating here. Remember, we have 8 men, 4 women. Several of them are over the age of 60. And it's going to be interesting to see, what do they think about these social media posts? What did they know about Combs previously? Do they find these witnesses that have testified to be believable? Combs has hired 9 attorneys. He has spent millions of dollars on this sort of like dream legal team. So it'll be interesting to see what really happens in the end. But we are getting closer.
All right, Chloe Melas live in Manhattan for us. Chloe, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.